start from a deputy treasurer to organizing secretary, and finally as the executive president. We were among the pioneers who built TEIN on this campus at a time when money doubted them. Through hard work, unity, and dedication, we transformed UNIMAC-IJ TEIN into a stronghold for NDC. Today, TEIN UNIMAC-IJ is a respected force on this campus, and that did not happen by accident. As a TEIN president with my executives, I've had the responsibility of leading and engaging students across every level of the university, undergraduate, graduate level, postgraduate, and the PhD students. So if you are a TEIN executive or a TEIN president, you are not really for undergrad. And that is why a TEIN president on campus is bigger than the SRC president and the GRASA president. It is united political family on campus, and that unity has been our strength. As we look ahead to 2028, I want the party to know that UNIMAC-IJ alone can deliver over 3,000 organic student food for the party. These are not last-minute supporters, but committed young people who have organized, mentored, and brought into the party through years of consistent work and engagement. And I believe that if our members level 200, 300, 400, and masters level will come, we will not be spaced here. To every young person who is a party member who feels unseen and unrewarded because the party is in power, that is to say, do not stop working for the party because opportunity have delayed. If the party remains in power, your sacrifices will be remembered. But if the party is lost, we all return to opposition benches together. So let us continue to organize, mobilize, and deliver. To the incoming executives who are inheriting a winning chapter, protect it, strengthening it, and ensure that UNIMAC TEIN-IJ continues to stand tall. To my executive team and every member, thank you for the commitment and sacrifices we did. During the elections 2024, we organized, in fact, we made sure ESCOM was collapsed. Some of the executives even voted NDC. Together, we built something meaningful. Until the ESCOM is still struggling, I give them up to 10 years. They can't be on their feet on UNIMAC-IJ. And together, we build this history together. Long live TEIN UNIMAC, long live the NDC, and long live every young person committed to service and leadership of the National Democratic Congress. Thank you very much.
So I'll touch on this. We heard the story about how UNIMAC TEIN election went this year. I mean, it had to be organized again after the first round. There was a second round due to some little technical issues. Especially to those who lost. I believe the one who lost is in this building. But if not, the outgoing executive should pull them along. I mean, they have qualities and they know what they can do, and I know some of them what they can do. That's why they contested to lead this front. But that is election for you. You may either win or lose. That is not the end of the tunnel. I'm telling you, some of us have contested parliamentary elections and we lost. But I always say, the person I contested with, that won and became the PC. Today, he's gone back to America. He wasn't able to survive. But we that lost, we still stay and we are working for the party. I mean, losing an election is not the end. So I'm encouraging those who lost, the outgoing and the seniors, except for she and Edem, and for now, can you pull them along? Most of them, you know, politics is about numbers. they also have some few numbers that when they bring on board, it will help UNIMAC TEIN. I mean, UNIMAC is part of our so UNIMAC is dear to me. For some of us, we've been part of the Arawaso family for a very long time. I serve as former TEIN president for University of Ghana, which is also within Arawaso. So Arawaso is dear to me. I am happy to say the 2024 elections, the polling station here, we won. And I mean, you guys should clap yourself. It's not easy. We won the polling station on this campus. And it's a plus for us. Moving forward, I'm happy to also say that the last SRC elections, I was told that, I mean, all campuses together and we won. So the current SRC president for UNIMAC belongs to our fraternity. Is the current SRC president here? Okay. Not here now. Okay. So such events, I mean, I know what TEIN UNIMAC did in that election. You guys have to bring those people when we have such events, so that the general public or the general students will know that indeed TEIN have leaders and indeed TEIN have the men. Yeah, seniors waiting to talk, so I won't say much, but like I said, loyalty and commitment is a lot, and it plays a lot of role in this journey that we've embarked on. When you see us following the likes of senior Onassis and Amos, it's not like we don't have anything to do. I'm telling you, even today, if Amos calls me and tells me that I have to go and do something at Tema, I have to stop whatever I'm doing and go. But today, some of you, when seniors even call you or text you to do something, it becomes a problem. We still have 16 years to rule this country. You are not happy, say amen. Amen. We still have 16 years as the NDC to rule and many more. So your time will come. I know a lot of people are complaining that when we came to power, sometimes when you call some of our big men, text them, they are not able to reach them. I'm telling you, if you're a young person here and you get an opportunity to have Amos's number, to have Alaji's number, to have Rashid's number, Senior Onassis number, it's not the time that evening or early morning you text them, hello, hi, good morning, waiting for them to respond and for you to engage them again. They have over 33 constituencies they are dealing with. They have youth organizers they are dealing with. They have constituencies they are dealing with. When you get any opportunity to talk to any big man or any person in our government or any appointee, just draft your message respectfully, politely. Your name, why you are texting, everything. If by chance that person gets hold of his or her phone and see your message, if indeed he or she has a response or an answer to your request, I'm sure he or she will be able to do it for you. But these are very busy people. So when we get opportunity to meet this people, I'm encouraging you, don't give up. I know somebody I've texted from 2025, the person still hasn't answered. But that doesn't mean that when I see the person, I should get angry, I should go to Facebook and write all sorts of one of them. We have 16 years. Obia Bedidin kakra 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 kakra. You are not happy. I said Obia Bedidin kakra 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 kakra. So, I mean, the people you are serving on campus, the leaders you have now, hold them tight. You may never know what they become tomorrow. When I got to know Senior Onassis, I've served him as a big brother and a party leader. I didn't know that a day will come, he will be the deputy CEO for the great petroleum hub. But today he is. You get it? So when I go to his office, I know I can get something. By the time that I was serving him, I didn't know today he will be here. So when we are serving people, let's serve them more. At this moment, I would like to end my statement and encourage every young one that in Kaka we will all get there. Don't give up. When you're trying to reach any appointee for an opportunity and you're not getting it, keep pushing. That moment will come that they will respond to you and they may answer your need. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations to all the elected executives.
Thank you so much. You're also a colleague. deputy regional youth organizer. Then he got elevated to become the regional youth organizer. He's a senior to me. And then a colleague as well, serving government. To all executives here, most here, as I look at him, I felt very proud. And I look at him and I said, okay, it's one of the young, powerful people we have in the NEC now. He might not hold any official position, but I tell you, he's very powerful. He can walk to any office of his choice. I see senior JY the deputy Bono. Is it Bono? Bono is or half? I get confused with that. Thank you for this opportunity. I was supposed to be here with our own brother, Dr. Asiedu Nketia. He is the Deputy Chairman of the National Youth Working Committee. I mean, as we sped off coming, getting around 37, he had an emergency call. And he had to leave a detail. It pains you more than it pains you. But his promise to us is that he's hoping to make it back to us. Hoping this program may prolong to somewhere around 5. That is if you want to wait for him. But that is not just it. You know, if you know Dr. Nketia, beyond his commitment to the cause, he's also an action man. He said, even before getting here, he's making sure this program is adequately taken care of. So he's making a cash donation of 10,000 Ghana cedis in support of this program. That should tell you how clear this event is to Dr. Asiedu Nketia. Youth, power, action. Those of you there, I can't see you. Or are you from the elephant family? Youth, power, action. So this is what ensured that we won in all tertiary institutions across the country. As I look around, I see auditorium full with vibrant, young, elegant, handsome men and women of the great NDC Congress. That takes me back memory lane into the 2005, 2006, 2007. I'm not a Gen Z, by the way. What it means is that my nigga. So, I remember back then on UNIMAC Campus when we were doing TEIN activism. You go for events or such nature, and you can count. You just take a scan through and you count about 10 people, 20 people. TEIN wasn't this attractive. You wouldn't be filling auditorium or such nature. Those were the days you were chalking. You know how to chalk? No. Yeah. You don't know. You don't know chalk, eh? No. That is before you meet for a meeting, you have to go writing. TEIN we are meeting at the Great Hall, at the Great Hall. Those were the days. Today, at the comfort of your homes, your rooms, elephant? Yes. Do you have an elephant in the room? Yes, sir. Do you have an elephant in the room? Yes. No.
Even if you recording to ride the elephant.
Okay. So those were the days. Today, in the comfort of your rooms, you send WhatsApp messages and then get a room filled. Those were the days that somebody sees you, identifies as an NDC, looks you up, down, then Bema come pass over NDC. I can leave Papa and I work NDC. I think those days are far gone. Those were the days where we bullied with a certain class of people who term themselves as aristocrats because they think they can speak the British English and American English, for which reason they knew better than us. But again, history has taught us that indeed, now we went through those days. You know, when my brother Yemo stood here, he spoke about commitment and loyalty. I want to add sacrifice to it. Then add reward to it. The NDC rewards hard work. The NDC rewards sacrifice. The NDC rewards loyalty. It might not be immediate, it might not be tomorrow, but trust me, it will definitely come. I started student activism somewhere in 2005. I was part of the TEIN Ashanti region. I started speaking on radio somewhere in 2006 in Ashanti region. I acted as a polling agent. I did everything NDC. When we came into power for 8 years, I had scholarship to study. Yes, it wasn't easy. I made 3 attempts. Failed 2, 1 was successful. I came back and never had a job within government. I ventured into private. Everyone knew me in Ashanti. When you talk about NDC, we were there. I never had official appointment. There were some of my contemporaries who served in government. We were in opposition 8 years. Today, after 16 years, I'm the deputy CEO for Petroleum Power Development Corporation. During my time, well, I remember when we were working in 2007, 2008, then General Secretary Asiedu Nketia, we all called General Mosquito, made a promise to us. And trust me, it's today that Accra is having TEIN, UG, TEIN, this, and then you are making noise. When we thought of TEIN, in those days, it was TEIN University. You produce Sam George, you produce Susubachi, and we are serving him. So you can imagine the sort of people that we have. In fact, we produce Sabi. So we were very vibrant. So the promise the General Secretary made to us there was that if you were able to contribute for the party to win power, you make sure our president then was made a DC in his district. And true to his word, KNUST team produced the youngest DCE in Ghana as at the time, in the person of Moses Kofi Ama. What it meant is that our commitments, our sacrifices were rewarded. My brother Felix had the opportunity to work with Honorable Nketia as a special aide. Then became a minister thereafter. I understand the time. I felt like everyone talking to them. So what it means is that sacrifices plays a role. I always use 2 most important and critical people in the NDC party as an example, just to run it quick. that is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who is the leader of the NDC.
Yes.
And then General Mosquito Johnson Asiedu Nketia, who is the chairman of the NDC. I'm talking about the NDC. When JM returned from his studies, postgraduate studies in Russia, he had the opportunity to work with the Japan embassy. He was on the verge of becoming a diplomat. But when his people called on him, he sacrificed that luxury and served the people of Bolivia. When we lost elections, he was not only an MP, he took up the position of the communications director of the NDC, spoke for the NDC, stood for the NDC. At that time, there were some who retired from politics, there were some who left the shores of this country for peace. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama stayed true to the cause. So, as far back as 2005, there were people like myself who were clamoring for him to be the flag bearer of the NDC because we felt his sacrifice. But then, there was another person sacrificing so much, he sacrificed the offer to lecture abroad, who was our candidate, Professor Mills. Then stay with us and did the NDC's bidding. Then the party rewarded Professor Mills as the flag bearer. Not on one occasion, 1, 2, 3 times that he won. Then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama became the running mate of Professor Mills, Vice President, because he stayed true to the cause of the NDC. At all times that he had contested as a flag bearer of the NDC, he's won with no less than 90% vote. That's the NDC rewarding sacrifice. When General Mosquito left Parliament, we lost in 2000, some of his contemporaries left. He had a family that lived in Canada. He had the luxury to live with the family in Canada, yet he sacrificed the family, stayed with the NDC, stood as the General Secretary, won, and at all times that he contested as General Secretary, he won with no less than 85% of the votes. We rewarded him as a chairman because we felt he had stayed true to the cause. In short, all that I'm telling you is that whatever you're doing today, never think we are not looking at you. We are watching. The reason why Yemo can walk into any office of his choice is because he worked as a TEIN president of UNIMAC. Thank you, and
and all the flag able lieutenants, respectfully, kindly permit me to stand on the previous existing protocols so I don't make any mistake. In case the party opens, position for contest, I will not lose a delegate vote. So please, let me avoid that, but I'm still on that protocol. But the brief thing I have to say is that it's been nostalgic because as a former vice president of University of Ghana TEIN, I remember when we were handing over and some kind words like this were shared. I think that I look through the crowd and maybe I see a future president back on the ticket of NDC. I look through the crowd and I see ministers of state for tomorrow back on the ticket of NDC. I look through the crowd and I see less leadership of a possible interval of time, manning the regional leadership of NDC, manning the constituency leadership of NDC, if not at the national level. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a dream, but this can only come to pass if we marry the spirit of solitude, if we imbibe the spirit of commitment, and if decisively we make a determined resolve to want to get to that promised land of hope. Some of us in our little corner have done what we could. And for those of you that have followed us on radio, you realize that all along is being against the adversary. And of course, ahead of the 2024 elections, I'm sure. But for some of us, apart from the unique roles that were played by the likes of Honorable say, inter alia, we wouldn't have gotten to that height of things. I stand here knowing that it's a privilege that I am before a certain group of people who are the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I am only charging us not to be worried, because now I have realized from the perspective of journalism that the NPP is driving home a certain agenda. And that agenda is to crack the heads of leadership against a supposed grassroots. Listen, somebody's time was yesterday. Somebody's time is today. Maybe you and I, our time is in tomorrow. Do not rush to be taken care of, where your relevance will no more be catered for in the party. The point I'm making is this. Most often than not, what they are telling us is that you people was so wrong. And so grassroots in the Omonyashi. And the person says, you make a grassroots in the hobby. But it means to me, but I don't say, Yankasentia, a year apine. And don't say, Yankasanium and pay for it here. A agenda be an NPP says, because they know for a very long time they are getting it difficult to place a finger on a scandal against the party. And so the only straw that they can hold on to is to knock the heads of the grassroots against the leadership of NDC. I am ending by saying that time is the mightiest judge. If you are a youth here, if you are a comrade here who have supported NDC from time immemorial, it may not have gotten to your time, but one thing that I can assure you is that NDC is a party that worked. For those of you who do not know, when my boss came here, he spoke of 16 years of service before he's been given appointments as the deputy CEO. How many of us have the luxury of time and patience to wait? Maybe yours will not take 16 years. Maybe yours will take 4 years. But the possibility of you entering into that penchant of success maybe tomorrow, but how you behave towards it is another thing. Maybe see, I mean, should have some of that. And Pat want to say, I remember will be in Shira. Now NBC don't also after us 62 years. Your brother, your hand over. That was it.
Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay. Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay.
I'll be very brief. My attention was being drawn, but I think we've been joined by the Honorable Nketia, the Chairman for the National Service Secretariat, Chairman for the NDC Working Committee, and I believe an aspiring national youth organizer of the NDC. Thank you very much. Comrades, let's speak honestly about our political journey. Since the return of the renewed mandate of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there's been a renewed sense of direction, a new sense of hope and confidence among the young people. The narrative of despair has been replaced with belief in the capacity and ability of the young ones. Today, I'm proud to be in the midst of you people because we have left the era where old men are surrounding us and we struggle to meet them. Today I see my colleagues as CEOs, I see my colleagues as MPs, I see my colleagues as MMDCs, and I believe that next time it could be me. I'm inspired as I prepare to assume my latest role, even though I've not made it official, as the next Deputy Regional Youth Organizer, who will be taking over from my incoming predecessor, who is now the Regional Director for the Youth Employment Agency, Honorable Mohammed Judah. He's doing a fantastic work. I can't wait to work with him. Personally, like I've said, I acknowledge and respect the work that these young men are doing. Now, I have a brief message for the TEIN executives. Do not fear leadership. Step in with courage. Leadership is service, sacrifice, and responsibility, not comfort and status. As young political leaders, we must understand that promises are not slogan. They are commitments, they are strength, and TEIN will not be measured by knots, but by discipline, unity, and delivery. Do not be observers, young politicians. Be participants in it. Join the work and contribute your ideas, support your structures, and build the movement. In some cases, when you go to campuses and you're having TEIN activities, you see students in classrooms and they don't even want to contribute. Who should sacrifice for you to come and enjoy? Whilst we do these political activities, let us also remember that this stage is where maturity in politics begins. Let us agree to disagree. The MPPs are saying they are the best, which we know they are not. The NDCs are always ultimate. But beyond the campuses, that is where we display our true maturity. What are we building for the future of tomorrow? As I leave here, I want your name to be written in history. Let them say that we did not just speak about change, we built it. We did not just be spectators, but we became participants. We did not inherit leadership, we strengthened it. Comrades, the future is not waiting for us. The future is you and I. God bless you all, and God bless you, UNIMAC, and God bless the great National Democratic Congress. Thank you all.
And on a lighter note, before we start, my brother Onassis cataloged a number of big guys that TEIN and by extension Ashanti Region TEIN has produced. But he failed to appreciate the fact that the man who appointed him as deputy CEO was produced by greater And in fact, the man who is even the national chairman of our party, Asiedu, Nketia, was equally produced by University of Ghana TEIN. So when we are talking about grandfathers of TEIN in NDC, it's actually University of Ghana. And by extension, greater TEIN. I think Rashid has stepped out. Rashid has announced my retirement from the youth wing. He announced that my deputy will take over from me as the regional youth organizer. And he will also be the deputy regional youth organizer, so they will work together. So on that note, I want to announce to you that the next administration, I will not be the regional youth organizer again. The man who will take over is the man sitting there, like you do that. He has gone ahead of time anyway. Anybody who is planning to contest him will waste his money. I was happy when the Dean of Students joined us, and I thought he would be around before I mount the podium. But unfortunately, because he has a very big schedule, or busy schedule, he's not with us. But I'm sure my message will reach him. And I can see some TEIN executives from other institutions, for want of time, they may not be able to make we acknowledge all of you for your time with us. And also we acknowledge our guests, even though they have busy schedule, but we are in government, everybody is busy doing something. But because of the love for TEIN and the appreciation of the fact that it is through the effort of platforms like this that fetch us victory in 2024, you've all made time to be with us today. We appreciate your time with us. Associating with TEIN is not a bad thing at all. In fact, it is the best thing to have happened to some of us. Mukarama is not here. Mukarama has left that. Mukarama, she was introduced earlier as the Deputy National Coordinator for Apprenticeship Program. When I was Deputy Regional Youth Organizer, Mukarama was TEIN Women's Commissioner for University of Ghana. And within a short period, she has been appointed as Deputy National Coordinator for a flagship program by the President. This is to buttress the points made by earlier speakers, that if you find yourself or if you join TEIN, don't sit somewhere and hide yourself. The little you can do, you don't necessarily need to be executive to be at the front row. But any talent that you have, please try and showcase it. You may not know who is watching. I recall when Mukarama became the Women's Commissioner, there was an issue regarding their election. We met the National Youth Organizer, and Onassis, let me add this. The National Youth Organizer is also a product of the University of Ghana. We met the National Youth Organizer. The National Youth Organizer told us that there was a day she was traveling to London. At the airport, he met Mukarama. Mukarama approached him in a chit chat, and Mukarama said she was the TEIN Women's Commissioner for University of Ghana. So later, when he returned, his next trip to the US, he got a visa for Mukarama to travel to the US. So assuming the time Mukarama met him at the airport, Mukarama had to stay back. That opportunity would have just fly away. This is to tell you that if you are the type who is not ready to serve anybody, to approach anybody, opportunity will not come looking for you. We are in government, opportunities abound. But if you sit in your hostels, in your lecture room, in your house, and you are waiting that somebody will walk to you, that this is scholarship opportunity, take it, then it means you are very lucky. Everybody is running, chasing something. So you must chase it. All of you contributed to our victory. So when there is an opportunity, there is no way we will look at you and say that we will not give it to you. But you see, there are thousands of people. If you don't come, somebody will come. And the person who will show up, all of you, all of us, even President Mahama is himself. His votes is one. All of us, one, they counted and we got to about 7 million. So if the person comes and there's opportunity, we'll give it to that person. But if you are sitting back, you are not approaching anybody. University of Ghana, University of Ghana and other institutions like UNIMAC-IJ. Students, your main concern is scholarship. And I'm happy my brother JY Multimedia is here. We serve together as deputies. He is the man from Scholarship Secretariat, so make sure the doors are locked. Before you get something from him, you must not allow him to leave. Because he is the one who will give you the scholarship. Anyway, he is his student loan, but they are the ones doing the no fee stress. He can be of great help. Even the scholarship secretary, his very good friend is the administrator. TEIN as an institution With a standing ovation, let's welcome the former national organizer of our great party, comrade Asiedu. Please be seated. TEIN as an institution, I always say this, that it's an incubator for breeding leaders for tomorrow. And I believe the people who have been mentioned here and those you see on the banner and everybody else, you know they are people who have gone through the mill from the TEIN level to where we have gotten to. And as a political organization on campus, we are so much interested in every election, including class rep elections. And that was why, when I started, I said, I wish the Dean of Students is still here. There is a growing trend in UNIMAC-IJ where shambolic elections are organized and later leaders are declared. And these leaders did not get the mandate of the students. One happened recently with your grassroots elections. And when I was contacted, in fact, we were going to challenge that election. But there was an intervention, and later we decided that because of the Dean of Students, we will not go that way. We will pardon them for that because of the Dean of Students and because of the person who the Dean of Students is. But I want to put on record today that that type of election that was organized in the name of grassroots election should be the last one. Not only grassroots, but any other election on UNIMAC-IJ. That type of symbolic election should be the last one. Any other election should follow the rules as whoever will enact the rules. We must go according to the rules. We cannot have elections where after the election you sit in rooms and negotiate who becomes this, who becomes this, who becomes that. GIJ is not a yesterday's institution.
That's not democracy.
So please, if the authorities are listening, this should be the last one.
NDC.
On that note, we urge all TEIN members who are desirous of taking up leadership positions, whether as class reps, floor reps, I don't know if you guys have floor reps, any position that nomination will be open, UNIMAC-IJ TEIN is interested. We must contest it fiercely. And with what is happening, I don't see the reason why there will be any election where a TEIN-sponsored candidate will contest and that person will lose. So step forward, especially the ladies. They passed the affirmative action bill. And that law is to urge women to step up, not only in politics, but other aspects of our human endeavor. But politics especially, to urge women to step forward for positions. But still, the number of women we have in politics is minimal. So the ladies here, gather courage. When there's opportunity, step forward. I understand how you are moving from executive member to you joined the league of the incomings.
Yes.
So please, take advantage. Don't shy away from the positions. And I believe when you do that, one day, you will also mount podiums like us. I've been saying this, that when you go to, it's not a very good example anyway. When you go to Addo cemetery, the first thing you see there is that we were once like you.
Yes.
So when you see us standing here talking to you, we were once like you. We were there when we had the lives of comrades Akamba and others talking to us, urging us to do what we are doing today.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, we will take a back seat or we'll take the back seat, and then you also take over from us. On a rather humorous note, the MC announced that after Onassis, whoever comes after Onassis, we should also do the other ones. I've said this on 2 campuses, and I'll repeat it here. There was a program at University of Ghana when Modic was the president. After the program, in fact, not after the program, the speakers, they took turns. When they get to the podium, after talking, then they announce the amounts that they will give. This person will come, you announce the amount that will give. This person will come, you announce the amount that will give. Not knowing there were some TEIN members who were taking note of the amounts that the speakers were announcing. So when we ended the program in the evening, then Monique sent me a screenshot of what someone had sent to him, the calculation, and the total of the money. That is including in pledges. And you know in political settings, most pledges, they don't redeem it. Including the pledges. They totaled it and sent it to him that is the money TEIN has made. And that majority of them did not pay their fees. So they want to profit from that money. They want to settle their fees. Forgetting that the program that was organized, they use money to organize the program. And they must what? Pay for those things. So from that day, I told myself that any money that will give anything, even though in politics you are advised that you don't do anything in the dark. But any money we will give, we will never announce it. Because one thing we have realized is that immediately after every TEIN program, executives, they will start fighting. And you know what they fight over? Is the money.
Yeah. Money is life.
They will start fighting. So we've advised ourselves on a lot of things. But those of us who are here, who have been invited to attend the program, at least we appreciate the fact that these are students. They are helping the NDC to put these programs together and get people to join the NDC through the TEIN route. So we will not come here, speak the fine and sometimes the Pastor English, and walk out free without supporting the program. So you rest assured, all the people you see here, they will support this program before they leave. And I have also said that every TEIN program, if you don't have anything to support, fair enough, don't pledge. And you can pledge in other regions, but Greater Accra, don't pledge. Because we know when you pledge, you won't pay. So don't pledge. So we know that this is what we have. So we know this is what we have. The little we have, we will manage it. This program was not organized with the intention that the executives will make profits. No. That was not the intention. But the days when we were in the opposition, when we come for programs like this, after that, sometimes we have to dodge and go because we don't have anything to give. Those days are over. Now we are in government. Now we are in government. When we come, we have something to give. Addo, thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much. The board chairman for the National Service Authority, who doubles as the chairman for the very good wing we are all celebrating today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to say that I am representing the man who has represented Tamale South since 2005. Served in Parliament for 21 years now and then counting.
I can see the reference.
He's been a minister for trade and industry. He's been a minister for communications. He's been a minister for labor and employment. Now,
Minister for Ghana's Education. He's been a former minority leader of Ghana's parliament. I am happy to be representing him today on this podium. In fact, he was coming live and colored to attend this program. But as you all know, today is a cabinet meeting. So he's found himself at a cabinet meeting. And then more importantly, there's been this menace of hostel fees issues and other issues. But the minister today is working for the interests of the Ghanaians. We believe it! Let me also forget to say that he was a former president of Ghanaian students. And so, you know, he has Ghanaian students' interests at heart. And he's serving all of us very well. I want to convey special greetings from him. He says I should send his special greetings to you and encourage all of you that the education ministry is working to ensure the welfare maximization of all students across the country. And he, as a leader of the sector, who is also responsible for the disbursement of the no-fee students, also responsible for the disbursement of loans and all other packages we have at the student loan transfer, is doing that and not resting on that job. And so I am happy to say that for 2025-2026 academic year, we've been able to disburse out of the 147,000 students who applied to be reimbursed for their no-fee stress. We've done 70,000 as of today. Even this morning, if we be truthful, some of you have received messages on their best. The minister is working to ensure your interest is what is served. And the remaining number from this month to next month will be paid duly. In fact, we've implemented rigorous actions to ensure that no one is left behind with this reinvestment processes. Last year, we encountered a lot of challenges, and this year, we've worked to resolve all of them. We have 0 challenges as the disbursement processes starts. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not say much here, but the minister says that I should wish all of you well, wish the incoming TEIN executives of UNIMAC very well. There is one thing we must know, and that is service. We must serve at all levels we find ourselves in this party. All of us have been TEIN president before. I was a TEIN president for Western Catholic Education. I served well. I've been a 2-term deputy regional organizer of this party. On one power, the party has duly recognized it. I found something good. You are not an exception. If you serve and serve well, tomorrow the party will recognize you. And to say that we've been asking for mentorship. We must also be responsible followers. There is a skill we must develop even when we are serving. A skill we must develop even when we are following leaders in the party. More often than not, we've had people who have accepted young people into their circles, trying to let them grow in politics. But the mentees rather disappoint their mentors. And so I will encourage all of you not to be disappointed mentees. Try to serve diligently people who open their doors to you. Yesterday, a student, a TEIN executive in the university, today he's here. He approached me that he wants me to support him in politics and all those things. I asked him, have you worked with anyone before? Then he mentioned the data academic now. I asked him, what has he been assigning you? What does he make you do? He said, even last week he asked me to meet some people, to orient them on the TEIN issues and all those things. And when we go for meetings, I hold his bag, give me his phones. Even if he has to give money to people, I am the one that shares the money. I said, oh, then you don't need anybody again. This is how we all started. In fact, in 2018, when I was contesting deputy regional organizer in Bono, Ahafo region, I was 23 years. And the Honorable Haruna Iddrisu saw my flyer on the electric pole. Then he asked Honorable Kobibalon who is now the deputy national organizer. I said, who is this young man? Call him for me. In fact, when I called, I answered, and it was like, this is Haruna Iddrisu. How is campaign? I said, it's fine. He said, okay, I will help you through your campaign. How am I doing it? I said, boss, I can't tell. He said, okay, every week somebody will send you money. Today, I still have that person's number on my phone. I've saved the number on Haruna Iddrisu mobile phone. Every week, the person was giving me some amount to support my campaign. I've never departed from him, and I will never depart from him. I will continue to serve him and encourage all of you that when somebody avails himself to you, or when they give you the opportunity to learn under their feet, you must not take that property for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, Oracle, I want to say this, and in fact, pass it to you, that the Honorable Minister of Education says he acknowledges the work of the data. But this program was hosted by the regional youth wing. I think that a lot of resources have gone into it. So he said that he's donating an amount. Eddrisu? He's donating 15,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, I said, we are not promising to leave the stage without giving the money out. And so as I speak, the money has been sent to the incoming TEIN president, which she can confirm. The 50,000 Ghana cedis. Madam President, who you are? Yes, I so that they will take exactly 15,000. And so special greetings from Honorable Haruna Iddrisu to all of us. Thank you very much.
The incoming, the new executives of TEIN UNIMAC-IJ, if they are here, please join us. Time is fast spent. Incoming. No, so the incoming will be on my right, please. We want a clear distinction between the two. Yes. Two, or when the party started. There are people who are still relevant till today, and they keep teaching the young ones. They have not washed their hands. So that is the important. So please, ladies and gentlemen, honorables, chairmen, chairwomen, if you are here, these are the old executives and the new executives with the help of Senior Comrade Amos. If you can please join me, and Senior Abu. Well, I will give you the mic to Senior Abu so he finishes the process. But then let's have the members of the exchange. Ladies are going. They may go, they're going.
Before I continue with the swearing, I would like to acknowledge my commanders. That's the team president from the other institutions. We have ATU team president, and we have Madam, I hope you are here, yes, with us. And we have Ghana Telecom team president as well, Peter, UPSA, and the others. Thank you very much, Ed. You are coming to take our oath. Please, you raise up your right hand. If I mention I, then you mention your name. Then when we get to the office of, then we mention the portfolio you are occupying. Okay. I, do in the name of the Almighty God swear, solemnly affirm that I will at all times, well and truly, serve the National Democratic Congress in the office of, and that I will uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the National Democratic Congress as by law established. So help me God. Congratulations. I'll pay the dignitaries and the guests to come and congratulate them for us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, comrades of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Chairman,
my fellow comrades, to sing along with me this beautiful ending song. Akata kata kata ye. Akata kata kata ye. And this ya kata ye. Akata manso. And this ya kata ye. Akata manso. Akata kata kata hey. Akata manso. Akata kata kata hey. Akata manso. And this ya kata ye. Akata manso. And this ya kata ye. Akata manso. Can you pardon for my horrible voice? Before I start, I would like to thank fellow comrades here who have graced this occasion. We are so proud of you that you joined us to celebrate this milestone. Again, before my president speaks, I want to also thank my fellow executive behind me that we are going to coordinate and work together for the success of UNIMAC-TEIN, ensure that we run the NDC agenda together, and ensure that NDC remains in power from 2028 and beyond. Clap your hands for that. Sherita has been a very excellent young lady who has done so right to serve the NDC from the bottom of her heart, and I want her to collaborate with me and my fellow executives so that we ensure the smooth atmosphere of the association. Thank you very much.
Comrades and fellow students. Today, I stand before the panel and I'm grateful for the confidence you have placed in me to serve as a TEIN person. I sincerely thank everyone who supported the journey. This victory belongs to all of us, and it reflects our shared belief in a better and stronger TEIN. Throughout this campaign, we spoke about one vision, TEIN 2.0, a TEIN that listens, includes, and delivers. We imagine a TEIN where students feel represented, opportunities are accessible, and leadership is closer to the people. Today, the vision begins. As a president, I promise to serve with dedication, humility, and purpose. And I know that this responsibility is not mine alone. I am proud to work alongside with my Vice President, Matthew Kuja, and all executives as we work together to serve students. I honestly thought the hard part was campaigning, but looking at the amount of work ahead of us, I think the real work has just started. Together, we'll focus on creating opportunities for students, strengthening communication through our digital platform, connecting members to mentorship and exposure, and building a more united team across IB, IL, and ILT. Comrades, we will not take your trust for granted. We are here to work, to listen, and to deliver. Thank you once again for believing in me and my people and the vision and believing in TEIN 2.0. Thank you once again. God bless.
Woman power, woman Gaddafi, woman drum, the years of our time.
You see, one of the boys I brought up and he's running away from me. And here you are, very rich now. You know? You know? Choboy! 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 If you want to join the NBC, see and write your name. If you want to join the NBC, see the secretary and write your name. Hallelujah, the boys are hands together. It's in NBC that you can speak your mind. It's in NBC that the young, the old are together. It's only in the NBC that the old, the young, we can sit down together and eat. It's only in NBC that you can find it. Anyway, let me just give a story about loyalty. The gentleman called Haruna, years back, when we lost that early, I think in the 90s. No, I think yes, around 2000. Then there was a problem, is it the 90s? Let me be sure whether it was when we lost or before then. No, Haruna became an executive before we lost, is that right? Yes. Youth organizer, he became youth organizer all the way in opposition. It was after we lost. Okay, so no. Okay, let me just give the story. So I was there was a problem between the Eagle Party and then the NDC. And then we were there in the eyes of the runners. So I was there, Professor Matison. I said, do you see this young man passing? I said, who is he? He said, he's called Haruna Iddrisu. At that time, he was the NUPS president. No, who was the general secretary at that time. So I asked that they call him. I was then sitting at that office, again. And I said, what's your problem? He said, I'm going to contest the election at Kabale South. And it's becoming very difficult to do. But they won't allow me. And I said, really? He said, yes. I said, who's giving you the problem? He mentioned it. So I'm not going to say that. Then, straight away, I took my phone and I called President Roberts and I said, sir, there's a problem. I heard this young man is very powerful and strong.
We have the men.
Chobori. Hey! News president. Okay, he came with a color like this. I don't know what color. The communist type of dress. I can remember with 2 packets here, 2 packets here. That's what he was wearing. And it was holding a small fire. So then I thought, then President called like who you are. The next thing is Haruna becoming as strong and today for his loyalty. Haruna has gone from place to place. You can become one. So what? You can become one. Say yes, I can become one. The gentleman just said here, my colleague said here, Amos, he said, listen, we all started the same way you are. So what? But the thing that is messing up this party to be is about money. So what? It's our money. I remember when I was contested as national organizer. Then a group of 50 students came to me and said, you would have to give us money and then we'll go and vote for you. I sacked them. So I thought, walk away from me. That is what is destroying the youth, our future. So you are full of money conscious, which we never did. All we did was to dedicate our life to NDC. I don't have position, but believe me, there's no country in this world that I enter my name is not there. So I didn't waste my time at the airport. No, I don't. I don't. And I know most of our colleagues sitting here have the same problem. We serve with loyalty, dignity. It's not, you don't sell your conscience. Children, don't sell your what? Your conscience. You come. Election comes. Come on. This gentleman is contesting elections, right? I don't know about that, but I'm just giving an example. Then you expect him to pay you money. The next time you become a minister, you go and stand in front of him by one job. You think he'll give you the job? You think he'll give it to you? He paid you! He paid for your conscience. And you pay. You sold your job, your future to him. Chow boy, you have sold your future, which I have vowed never to do in my life. I was giving an example somewhere. One day I was broke. I didn't know what to do. I drove my house and blessed my man's house. It's not too far. I drove to his house. I said, Chief, I'm broke. I want money. He said, oh, I don't have money. I said, oh, I'm broke. I want money. I went to President Muhammad to ask. I will not go to this man because I have to vote for him. Take money from him and go and vote. When you do that, you sold your conscience. Joy! Everybody who knows me knows me. I don't pay for me to be voted for. That's why they are lost at national level. Okay, I remember that day, they were sending me messages. Chief, somebody has come to pay, come and pay. If you don't pay, we won't vote for you. I said, really? I'm not going to pay. So good. Because when I was national organizer or I was deputy national organizer, the people that I supported, the people that I controlled for, if I start counting them now, the people remember. By the way, I have the other bills of command back for chairman, also see chairman sitting here. Please, look at that. And it's also the corporate affairs chairman, manager for Metro Mass.
Interesting.
You know, so don't allow us to sell our conscience. Don't sell your votes. Because elections are coming. Elections are coming. If you don't vote for me, if you don't give me money, I won't vote for you. Then the next time, I'll use myself as one example and then I'll leave. Years back, myself and a colleague of mine, he's a minister now, we're moving around and campaigning. We're in the same car. And then President Rollins drove to the voter region and started campaigning for me. So an executive then put the mic, his phone, and said, listen, what the man is saying about you. My other colleague believed that he has to pay for the votes. So he paid. So both of us won. He was in the office, I was also in the office. Then a group of council executives came to see him. He was in his office, so he left the office. He refused to see them. So they called me, and I took a phone. I called the gentleman. I said, Chief, there are some executives here to come and see you. He said, I'm not going to come and see them. I'm not going to see them. I said, why? He said, you saw that I paid them money. I paid them, so I'm looking for the money down. So at the next elections, I'll go and pay for them to vote for me. That's the belief we have. NBC never was like that. We learned this from the MPs. It was during the first time that this nonsense started. Because anybody who knows me from the day I stood election as deputy organizer 1, deputy organizer 2, national organizer, I have never paid a time. Until this time, they said, we came to vote for you, but if you don't pay us, we won't vote for you. Please. Most of you are here, and I see lots of them. Some of them. So when they voted for me, and I became the national, you know what I did? Most of them, a pair of what I've survived, I gave them the opportunity to go and sell. A CEO walked to me and said, every month, I'm giving you 50,000. I said, listen, I want the 50,000, but keep it. There were people that were loyal to me. Can you please give them jobs? He gave them jobs. You know, they are big men. I'm talking to you, the students. Now you do it even more than the people who are at the conference level. You know how to speak my mind. You do the students, you do it more. And then the next time, you come and stand. Board chair, can you give me transfer? To where? Me, I'll give it to you. I'm going to give it to somebody who is loyal, not for money. There are genuine circumstances where you need money to support yourself. No doubt about that. But if you are used to taking money for elections, please remember in NDC, you have sold your conscience, you've sold your work, you've sold your everything. The opportunity to excel, you have wasted it by taking just one seat. Shame.
Shame again. Big one.
Please. I'm talking to you, the youth. I have, for 15, 16, 17 years, I work at the party contest. Nobody has paid me. Have you ever heard anybody say that I've got to do connections? No. The people that I brought up, they are the people that are taking care of me. Tomorrow. Yes. Any car I want to drive in this country, I will drive. Because I mentored genuine youth who today are in leadership and they are ready to serve. President Mahama, as a leader, why some of us kill ourselves for him is because of his loyalty to God. Not his loyalty to you, me, or him. His loyalty to NDC. If it is the loyalty to me, then I will not like President Mahama. Sure, I would. But if it is loyalty to NDC and Ghana, I will always stand and kill myself for President Mahama. I won't. So I don't need to worry him for anything. I can walk to him anytime and demand what I want. This is the portfolio I want. This is the job I want. Believe me, he will do it. But I won't do it. But when I do it, I'm taking jobs of over 100 people. It will block people from taking that opportunity. Please, be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to yourself. Don't sell your conscience. Say, I'm not going to sell my conscience. We won't sell our conscience for votes. Because you will lose your job. Come on! You will lose your job. And gravity has seen. Mento Amawa. Chabai! Chabai! Gravity has seen. Mento Amawa. Kumedia. Addo. Also so Yawa.
So there was this list that came out that if your name is not there, then you have to go back and see that kind of policy. But the thing is that when there are these amendments, is that going to give us the assurance that our money is going to come? Like, because already people had their money, everything was dispersed to people. We that had problem with our name, shares,
Please, my name is
hospitality. So we give us back the money we paid. So we have plans that we may use it to pay for the next year. But here lies the case: the money is paid, and then it's not up to the money we pay. And then I also want to know the deadline for the receiving of the money. We have people who are paying the same amount as ours, but we are receiving lesser than theirs. So we want to know how the fees are shared.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We all know the NDC government to be so for 335. I reached out to the designated member of parliament, who is Mr. John Dumelo, and he assured us the NDC surely have something for us. So since we have dignitaries and people who are well informed on what the government is about to do, we want to listen from them what they have for us, because the road is really a nightmare to us. Whenever we are crossing, at least it will take you about 15 minutes to cross the road. So this is a very
So I mean, he's trying to say we need at least a footbridge there. Because people crossing from Kaswa, we need a footbridge. But my name is Addo. I happen to be the branch secretary in Amazon. I'm asking that what plans do this government have for those of us who also want to enroll in our master's program, at least with our fees, I mean, some percentage, 50% or something. Sometimes you want to continue with school, but the fees is always too much for us. Some of us travel to go through our undergrad, but the masters is like triple or twice of that, and if the government can do that for us, so we'll be very grateful.
All right. So, thank you. Very brief. Studies. We give support to undergrad, and so I recommend that leaders here find a way to support our brothers with Get Fund and Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. Then road, that is not also part of my issues here. So there's a lady who asked why she not gets full fees reimbursed as she paid. So President Mahama rightly stated that he was going to pay what we call academic user fee, not full fees. The no fees first was promised against the background of academic user fee. That has been defined. And you know what academic user fee means. When you take your fees, you know that component. That is what government is paying. And why some are receiving higher amount than the others. When you have different institutions, you have different fees. And even in your school, UNIMAC here, you pay different fees. The components are different. And that is why most of you get different money. Some get 3,000 for, others get 2,000 for. Nursing and teacher training institutions get 1,800 as part of their academic user fees. And so the monies will never be the same. It isn't that we cheating someone for the other, but that is the component, and we are going strictly by that. And then she asked if she would get support after level 100. Yes, President Mahama has introduced what we call Student Loan Trust Fund Plus. Either two, you can get there some 2,000, 1,800 cedis. But now I can assure you, when you apply, because we've increased allocations from 75 million Ghana cedis to 150 million Ghana cedis. We can give up to 4,500 to 5,000 Ghana cedis as support for loan. And so those of you who are struggling to pay your fees, when you apply for student loan, we can give you a maximum of 5,000 Ghana cedis. And I think that is enough to support your fees and other expenses. Fact is that these monies will not be paid into your personal account. They will be paid into the school's account to defray your fees cost. The first question, You said you had challenges with your Ghana card names and the names on your. That is mismatch. In fact, we've categorized all these challenges at our workplace with the schools, institutions, and all the people who are applied. But that is the major challenge we faced in the 2024-2025 academic year. And so what we have done is that if you give me your Ghana card right now, I can check to see why you were not paid. And that is largely on mismatches. Some of you didn't even have Ghana card at all. Others have different names submitted to the institution as compared to those you used to fill in your forms. Others too, in fact, the institutions did not submit your names at all. We are yet to find out why some university campuses decide to under-declare the number of students they have. We are yet to understand that. But as I said earlier, we have resolved all these challenges going forward for this year. And so for this year, we've never encountered this challenge. We have compiled all lists of people who do not receive their no-fee stress. What we are preventing is to pay those bills. Because if you have Kofi Manu Emmanuel on your Ghana card, and when you submit your application, you have Kofi Manu, definitely we are afraid to pay you. Most students in Ghana is becoming a common thing that some of us will not want to find ourselves in. And so we've submitted all these names to the presidency. We are waiting for president's direction. The president gives us amnesty that okay, you can pay all these students. If anything comes, I'm going to stand in for you. We will do. And so keep on praying for President John Dramani Mahama. Any day you accept that challenge, your fees will be reimbursed. Even if you completed school, Said what?
It's saying even when it's 5 months, we wait.
Yes. Yes. Even till level 400, we'll still So, deadline for reinvestment. We are done with registration for 2025-2026 academic year. Reinvestment has started. And reinvestment will end when we are starting the 2026-2027 academic year. Those of you who have not received your money, I'm assuring you, monies are there for you to be paid. Some of you are at various stages of completion. Some of you are pending disbursement. We are sure next month or within this month you will be paid. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Master's program, you have Get Fund, you have Scholarship Secretariat, you have GMPC Foundation. In fact, when the NDC came to power, starting from 2025, as we speak, I can beat my chest and say that I have 34 people, in fact 34 former TEIN executives and members who are currently on scholarship pursuing the master's program. Anybody who wants to check, after I'm done speaking, you can approach me. I'll show evidence of it on phone. Because when the monies were paid to the respective institutions, they took screenshots and sent it to me. Of late, programs like this, there are a lot of blogging, so when you are talking, you don't even know where they are videoing from. There are some of the things we can't say here. But if you are a TEIN member, former TEIN executive, you want to further your education, yes, we agree, the fees are high. Some of you are not, the schools, the programs you are applying are in private institutions, so the fees are high. There are millions of students who apply for loan. So if you throw in your application and you don't have anybody to follow it up for you, maybe you are the right hand man of God, so you may be favored, but you need someone to follow up for you. So when you put in the application, any of the dignitaries who came here, those who are still here, talk to some of them, they will follow up for you. Then the issue of the breach. We will beg of you to endure for some few months. I will take full responsibility. I'm not saying I'm going to construct a footbridge. I don't have the capacity to do that. I will take full responsibility. I will remind the Honourable Member of Parliament for this constituency who doubles as a Deputy Minister. He will take it up. They've done it for other places. For instance, when you check Accra Mall, when the issue you just pointed out started happening, they constructed a footbridge for them. So far as we have this institution here, and we have a number of students who cross the road, and in fact the road was not originally built for anybody to cross anyway. But now that we have this institution here, I think it's just reasonable that we have something like that. And I don't think any reasonable person will say no to that. And I can assure you that the NDC government will surely do that before the end of the first term of the government. And it will be speed with that. Thank you very much.